Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to discuss trends in solubility of hydroxides, sulfates and carbonates of alkaline earth metals. So first of all, solubility of hydroxides. Solubility of hydroxides of elements of group 2A increases as we move from top to bottom in a group. Beryllium hydroxide is insoluble. Magnesium hydroxide is also insoluble in water, but if we shake it with some water and then filter it and finally test the pH of the solution, we find that it is slightly alkaline. This slightly alkaline situation indicates that a aqueous solution of magnesium hydroxides has more concentration of hydroxides as compared to neutral water. So presence of more hydroxide in case of aqueous solution of magnesium hydroxide is indication that magnesium hydroxide is slightly soluble. But generally we can say that magnesium hydroxide is insoluble in water. Another term has been used, that is milk of magnesia. Suspension of magnesium hydroxide is called milk of magnesia. If someone is asked what is milk of magnesia, it is suspension of magnesium hydroxide in water. Suspension of magnesium hydroxide in water is called milk of magnesia. It is used in hyperacidity of stomach. It is used in stomach acidity. So beryllium hydroxide is insoluble, magnesium hydroxide is insoluble, but you may say it is, to some extent it is slightly soluble, but generally you can say that it is insoluble. Calcium hydroxide somewhat more soluble. Solution of calcium hydroxide is called lime water. Lime water solution is used as lime water, aqueous solution of calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide is somewhat more soluble as compared to magnesium hydroxide. Similarly, barium hydroxide is even more soluble than calcium hydroxide. Barium hydroxide is soluble enough to able to produce a solution with a concentration of around 0.1 molar. Solution is produced when you dissolve calcium hydroxide in water. Whereas in case of magnesium hydroxide, you find that at room temperature there is only 1 gram of calcium hydroxide is dissolved in 1 liter cubic decimeter, 1 liter of solution. So solubility of hydroxides of elements of group 2A increases with the decrease in the lattice energy. As we move down in a group, lattice energy becomes somewhat less, and due to the increase in the size of the cation, due to the decrease in the charge density, and with the decrease in the charge density, lattice energy decreases, and thereby solubility of hydroxide increases. Next is solubility of sulfates. Solubility of sulfates of elements of group 2A. Here you find reverse trend. Sulfates become less soluble as we move down the group. Beryllium sulfate and magnesium sulfates are fairly water soluble. Now, In contrast, beryllium sulfate, then magnesium sulfate, these two are quite uh, soluble in water. In case of hydroxides, beryllium and magnesium hydroxides were insoluble. These are fairly soluble in water. Calcium sulfate becomes even further less soluble, while strontium sulfate and barium sulfate are almost insoluble. So solubility further decreases, and the barium sulfate, you may say that it is insoluble. As the size of the cation is increasing from top to bottom, it becomes better packed with sulfate ions, and that's why it becomes difficult for bigger sized anions to separate from bigger size cations. So barium sulfate is quite insoluble. Beryllium sulfate, magnesium sulfate is quite fairly soluble. So you can say that here the trend is followed with respect to hydration energies. Where the hydration energy is decreasing, solubility is also decreasing. Third one is solubility of the carbonates. Since carbonate is also a bigger cation, since carbonate is also a bigger anion, so same trend as in case of solubility of sulfate is also followed by here. So carbonates tend to become less soluble as we move down the group. Carbonates are insoluble in water and therefore occur as solid rock minerals in nature. They dissolve in water containing carbon dioxide due to formation of bicarbonate. Calcium carbonate, stone, chalk, you may familiar, it is insoluble. However, in the presence of carbon dioxide, these carbonates become soluble in water. For example, calcium carbonate is insoluble, but this calcium carbonate, when it is dissolved in the presence of carbon dioxide gas in water, we get product calcium bicarbonate, and due to this calcium bicarbonate formation, you can find here written aqueous, it is soluble bicarbonate. So due to conversion of carbonate into bicarbonate, uh, um, in the presence of carbon dioxide, the carbonates which are otherwise insoluble become soluble. Calcium bicarbonate is formed. Next topic is, what is the trend in thermal stability of the carbonates and nitrates? So trends, thermal means heating. What is the effect of heating on these? In alkali metals, in case of group 1A, only lithium carbonate was decomposed upon heating, and product was lithium oxide and carbon dioxide. But here all alkaline earth metal carbonates are decomposed on heating as we move decomposed upon heating, and as we move from top to bottom, ease of thermal decomposition decreases. In other words, these carbonates become more and more stable with the increase in atomic size as we move from top to bottom in the group, as we move down in the group. This can be explained with the help of different decomposition temperatures. First of all, generally carbonates are represented by M plus 2, carbonate CO3 minus 2. M means beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium. They, upon heating, converted into their corresponding oxides plus carbon dioxide. In our previous lecture, we found that oxides can be prepared either by direct reaction of these metals with oxygen or air, or by decomposition of their carbonates or some other compounds. Carbonate CO3 minus 2, alkaline earth metal are represented by M here. So it is plus 2, carbonate minus 2, minus 2 plus 2, metal oxide and carbon dioxide. That is their thermal decomposition. But each carbonate require different temperature. If we start with magnesium carbonate decomposes around 550. You may write exactly at 540 degrees centigrade because 540 is written in your textbook. So product is magnesium oxide plus carbon dioxide in case of magnesium carbonate. Similarly, for calcium carbonate, since it is more stable, decomposition becomes difficult, so it require high temperature 900 degrees Celsius. So product is calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. Similarly, strontium need around 1300 or more accurately 1290 degrees Celsius, and barium carbonate needs around 1350 or more accurately 1360 degrees Celsius temperature. So these values of temperature are indicating that as we are moving from top to bottom in a group, their stabilities of the carbonates are increasing, or ease of thermal decomposition decreases as we move down the group. In your textbook at page 35, their values have been also written in the form of sentence as well. Beryllium carbonate to 25 degrees centigrade at room temperature it decomposes. Magnesium carbonates, as we have mentioned, 540 degrees centigrade temperature. And similarly, the last one, barium carbonate, required around 1350 or 1360 degrees centigrade. Now, what is the reason? Ease of decomposition of carbonates can be related to the lattice energy or stability of the product in all these cases. When these carbonates are decomposed, more stable oxide is formed. In case of carbonate, CO3 minus 2. In case of oxide, O minus 2. O minus 2 has more charge density. So product will be stronger attraction between metal cations M plus 2 and oxide anion O minus 2 as compared to metal cation M plus 2 and carbonate CO3 minus 2. So the ease of decomposition of carbonates can be related to the size of metal ion. Smaller the positive ion, greater the lattice energy of resulting oxide, hence higher the stability of the product and easier the decomposition of original carbonates. Calcium is bigger than magnesium, so calcium oxide is less stable as compared to magnesium oxide, which is more stable. More stability favors formation of products. Less stability favors less formation of the product. So calcium carbonate is decomposed at somewhat higher temperature. Strontium even higher temperature, and barium 1360 degrees Celsius. Hence higher the stability of the product and easier the decomposition of original carbonate. Next is last one is effect of heat on the group 2 nitrates. In the previous elements of group 1A alkali metals, you found that lithium nitrate is completely decomposed. Lithium oxide, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen is the product, whereas rest of the nitrates, that is sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium, they are partially decomposed. They give nitrite and oxygen gas. So this is the difference, and this difference also finds its way due to sizes of the cations, anions and the charge density of the metal ions. So general pattern here is that nitrates in case of group 2A on heating decompose to give their stable product metal oxide and reddish brown gas nitrogen dioxide and oxygen gas. For example, we write here magnesium nitrate NO3 minus 1 and Mg plus 2, so you put 2 here, nitrate twice, and on heating the stable product magnesium oxide is formed. I have already explained it in this case. Carbonate plus reddish brown. Among the oxides, nitrogen dioxide is the only oxide that has a color, and brownish color is gas this nitrogen dioxide is. So NO2, and third product is in this case oxygen. So magnesium nitrate decomposes to give magnesium oxide, nitrogen dioxide, and oxygen gas. So you can write similar formula for other nitrates as well: calcium, strontium, barium, and then you can also balance these nitrates as well. So before completing this, you can balance here this magnesium nitrate. Oxygen you find here 6 are, oxygen in this case are 5. So you put here 2, then with this all things will be changed: magnesium oxide 2, nitrogen oxide 4, and so on. Simply you can inspect and balance here. And same is the case if you place instead of barium here, products would be barium oxide, nitrogen dioxide, and oxygen gas. This nitrogen gas is colored gas, it is not colorless, whereas oxygen gas is a colorless gas. So all nitrates are decomposed upon heating, and their products are oxides, nitrogen dioxide, and oxygen gases. So the nitrates are white solids, and the oxides produced are also white solids. Brown nitrogen dioxide gas is given off together with oxygen. Magnesium and calcium nitrates normally have water of crystallization, and the solid may dissolve in its own water of crystallization to make a colorless solution before it starts to decompose. As we go down the group, nitrates also have to be heated more strongly before they will decompose. Nitrate also become more stable to heat as we go down the group. So this is the effect of heat on nitrates. So in today's lecture you discuss solubility of hydroxides, and effect thermal stability or effect of heat on the carbonates and nitrites. Thank you so much. Pakistan Zindabad.